There's this another Reddit post that I came across. 21-year-old girl from Gurgaon facing a mental health issue discusses it with her manager at work and receives nothing but a complete rejection and also more work to do, and no one's there to listen to her at work, basically. I've not read the full post, but I want to talk about the problem and I want to come to a solution. Let's discuss the solution. Let's create a solution for a problem like this. Again, the toxic work culture that we come across, the mental health problem that we come across. I've not thought about this. I am being very impromptu about this. But I do know that there's a solution. Therefore, this Reddit series has been created. The solution is, in my mind, it's working within yourself, because you can see clearly how the world will react to you. First of all, the girl who is dealing with the mental health issue, उसको एक तो रिजेक्टेड फीलिंग आई होगी, आई है, कि काम पे उसको सुनने वाला कोई नहीं है, पर्सनल लाइफ में ऑलरेडी प्रॉब्लम्स चल रहे हैं. शी माइट बी फीलिंग very alone and very misunderstood and unheard. There is no one to listen to her. There is no one to listen to her, yeah, except the Reddit, people supporting her. How beautiful is that? The online community, we keep cursing it, but there is a good side to it and we should acknowledge it more. But coming back to the point, she must be feeling very lonely. So if you are someone who is going through this, what can you do to find a solution on your own? Because clearly the world seems like it's against you. If I were in this situation, what would I do? Given that I have the knowledge of manifestation and the spiritual principles, because I've been experimenting with that. So combining all of that, I know what I can do. I know what I have in my power. And now a situation comes up. Then what will I do? Because I'm putting in myself in her shoes, but I'm giving myself the awareness of my powers. Now when you who might be actually going through this, now you can listen to this, going through all of that, but you can think as if you have those powers and you know that you have that power, and now what you can do. So now you can see that picture as well, and you can create that for yourself. You can at least see it for yourself, right? So first of all, if I were in her shoes, and if I'm working and I'm facing a mental health problem because of some situation in my life, which I cannot discuss with anyone, and my manager rejects it when I send her an email of what I'm going through, and she gives me work in return when I clearly say that I'm not well. If I choose to do that work that she's given me, or if I don't choose to do the work that she's given to me, that's my call. But zooming out a little more, when the people around me at work are also saying that I'm a liar, that I'm lying about my mental health problem, being surrounded with that environment, what does it tell me? Let me figure that out first. Because externally, what I would do or what I need to do, that's my call, depending on my financial situation, if I can afford to leave the job or not. But internally, what can I do? That's the thing that we'll focus on here. That I would focus on, given that I am aware of the power that I have. I'll ask myself, the external situation, what is it trying to tell me? Being told that I'm a liar, or being considered as a liar, that is, after a long pause that I will cut out, being told that I'm a liar, there's something hidden in there which is being reflected back at me. There's something that I feel about myself, about how I see myself. Not that I see myself as a liar, but something like that, something similar. There is some feeling, some emotion, some wound, some fear that I'm carrying, some story in my mind which keeps telling me that I'm seen as a liar or I am a liar. Something like that. There is something that makes me think and believe that no matter what I tell others, people will always misunderstand and actually not see it as the truth. Whatever I say won't be considered as truth, but it would just be taken as a lie. Something like that, a belief that I carry, which I am definitely not aware of, but something that is coming up, and I can see it in the people at my work. This fear is being reflected back at me because I am carrying it. I don't have to take blame for it. See, when I am discussing these situations, it's not about taking everything on yourself, or uh, it's not about saying that you are to blame or you have to change things about yourself, or it's only you that's making the mistakes and that's why it's all in your control and you are wrong or you are right. We are not talking about who is right or who is wrong or who is to blame. We are only talking about another perspective, and if I were to put it this way, that we are looking at ourselves from a third person perspective, right? So we are just neutrally watching ourselves and what is happening in our life as a third person, right? So we are not involved in the doing, we are just observing it as an outsider, as a watcher, as a gatekeeper, right? So it's not you who is doing that, it's being done, and you're just observing it only to be able to control it, only to take your power back. That's our only purpose. This is not to say that you are powerless, this is to make you realize that you are powerful, right? So we are just observing what's happening, and there is no need for anyone to take any blames, because there is no place for guilt here. There is only love and faith that we promise ourselves with, nothing else. Having said that, where was I? Yeah, so there is some belief that I am carrying about myself that I am being seen as a lie, or what I say is not seen as the truth, or whatever I say, no matter what I say, it is not taken as the truth. There is always something or someone who just takes it as a lie. A belief like that, a belief that might be similar to this, if not exactly this. This is what I feel I am carrying. This is what I can observe that I'm carrying, based on what I'm experiencing on the outside. At my work, this is what I can see happening with me. Now, what do I do with that belief? Now, what do I do with this awareness that I am carrying a fear like that, a belief like that? How do I instantly change that if I want to? Can I instantly change that? Would I like to believe that I can instantly change that? Or would I like to believe that these things need time and I need to work on my fears and then I can do something about it? It's not easy for me to think that it's me, it's my belief that is showing up in other people. How can I believe that? But if it's true, then how long will I take to change that? If I were in her shoes, I would say right now, I want to change that, because if it's true, then, and I did not know that, right? But if it's true, then I now know that it's my own belief. I think because of some reason, because of some very valid reason, because of a past experience, maybe, that the belief has been with me for so long. But now, maybe I recognize it. And now that I recognize it, I can change it. If I'm carrying a belief that no matter what I say, people take it as a lie or it's not taken as the complete truth, then I'll change it. What do I need to do for that? All I need to do is say the opposite. I mean, use my own tongue, say it, and that's it. So I say, no matter what I say, people know that I'm telling the truth. People believe me in what I say. People take me seriously for what I say. People respect me and my opinion and my feelings. People respect my feelings. People respect my feelings. This is a good one. People respect how I feel currently. People acknowledge my feelings. People accept me as I am. Can you feel how good some of these sentences feel? All of these sentences feel. If not, then say it 10 times more because it's only a matter of repetition until you will actually start feeling that. You have the power to believe that when you hear a good sentence, something that feels that something that's supposed to feel good to you feel that instantly. You can now choose to believe that it doesn't have to take long for you to feel a good thought. If you listen to something that feels good, then you make it a part of you instantly. It becomes a part of you instantly. So when I say that people respect my feelings, you don't say that, oh no, this is not true for me. You say, I accept it. Yes, I hear it and I like it, and therefore I accept it for myself because I like it. I would love that, won't you? So accept it. Say, believe that you can instantly make it a part of you. It doesn't have to take long. It doesn't. Therefore, now you believe people respect your feelings, people acknowledge your feelings, people respect you, people love you the way you are. People are actually sending you a lot of love. And with that love, whatever you are feeling, it's being taken away from you and it's being replaced by a lot of love. Can you see it for yourself? So, if I were in her shoes, I would tell myself the opposite of what I've been seeing around me, even if I don't see it yet. I don't see it yet. I know that. I'm not trying to lie to myself because I don't want to use that language. All I'm saying is, I want to believe that I am the controller. I want to know that I have the power. No one else, nothing else but me has the power and control over my life. That's all I want to know. And if this is how I can do it, then I will do it this way. So if you want to say, if you tell me I need to say the opposite of what I see around me, I will do that. So I say, people love me, people are sending me that love, and I can see that my own problem is being replaced with a lot of love. At least I'm open to it now, right? At least I am open to receive that love if it can come from anywhere else also. I don't expect it to come from only work. It can come from anywhere and I will accept it, right? So now I am open to receive that love because I'd like that, right? Now that love can also reach me from anywhere else to show me that what I say is true. And what I say is actually taken as the truth, and that is what comes back to me. So when I say people respect my feelings, it is taken as the truth. People respect what I say, people see it as the truth. It's actually happening. I can see it. When I say it, I can actually see the love coming back to me. This is what will heal my own mental health situation, right? It's not about the love coming from other people, it's about me believing that with my own thoughts, with my own words, I can bring it into my life. When I say it, I create it, and then it comes to me in forms other than me and myself, like from other people. This is what's going to heal my own problem. So, you see what we're doing here? We I just looked at what's happening around me. I switched it. I just took the belief. I tried to observe and notice the belief that I might be carrying, which is coming up as the problem that I'm seeing in my work and the people around me. I put that belief into words. I acknowledged it, accepted it, understood it, and then switched it to a complete opposite belief. A very simple statement, right? These were very simple statements that we said. People respect me, people respect my feelings, people accept me as I am. Quick tip, you can also ask ChatGPT to give you a breakdown of the situation and what your underlying belief is, and what might be the fear that you're carrying, and then give you some statements that can switch that. So you can give clear instructions to ChatGPT, and then it can give you the solution. So this is what we did until here. This is what we did till here in order to create love for ourselves through our own thoughts and words. That's it. That's all we literally did right now. We tried to create love for ourselves. That's all we did. And then, in a way, we opened ourselves to receive that love from the external environment, right? So we are changing that external environment. The hate that we saw, the rejection that we saw in the work environment, we are switching that through our words, and then again we'll see a switch in the external world where there's going to be love that's going to come to us in some way or the other, right? When I say love, I mean acceptance, respect, trust, faith in what I say and what I feel, right? Now, a question would arise that would it heal my situation at work? What about that? Would my manager accept my mental health problem now, or would she still be in rejection, or what will she do? You don't have to think specifically what the solution should be. Like if the manager should accept it, or the people around you should say these things to you, or whatever. You don't have to be specific on how things would change around you. But given the fact that uh, already worked internally and you've switched your own thoughts and words, your feelings, now let things happen on their own. Now let situations change on their own. Like, you don't know what needs to be changed in order for you to receive the love that you are now inviting in through your words, right? If the manager needs to say something else to you now, that will come your way. If the work people need to change how they think and feel and say about you, then that will change. Or something else that needs to happen, that will happen. Whatever that might be, we don't have a control on those events specifically, right? We don't have a control on what changes in order for you to receive that love and respect for your feelings. But at the end, you will receive what you asked for. This is the guarantee. This is the control. This is the power. Get it? Now, in some way or the other, you will receive that. Right? If you are attached to some specific way of how things should happen, then that would cause a problem, because maybe your way is limiting in some way, and there can be better ways to reach that. But if you still want things to happen in a particular way, ask yourself why before you stick on to them, hold on to them. Like, again, ask yourself if there's a fear because of which you are demanding that should happen for me to feel satisfied. If there's some fear, then let it go. Again, we are noticing the fear, we're noticing the underlying belief that we're carrying. We'll switch it, we'll change it, and again there is a possibility where we can reach to a loving stage. In some level, you will reach that, you can reach that at least, right? Let things happen on their own. Let things change on their own. And all you need to do is expect that respect for your own truth to come to you. That's it. I haven't read the post about this entirely, and I've talked about it for 30 minutes. But basically, if it is about that, it might be similar to this situation, right? So, assuming that this is what the problem was, then this is the solution. Or it might be similar to what I've talked about, so somewhere this would fit in some way. Or you can at least figure that out as smart people. Regarding her own mental health problem, or by the way, there can be other questions that might be rising up in your mind that I cannot figure out right now, so I can't answer them. But you might have a lot of buts and ifs and what ifs in your mind, which you can freely comment down below respectfully, and we can discuss that. There can be a solution for everything, and for every question that's coming up in your mind, there would definitely be a solution for that. But we need to discuss about that. Regarding the mental health situation, uh, again, now that will take a longer discussion, because now we need to understand what, again, she might be going through in her personal life, and then from there we can find a solution. Yeah, so if I were in her shoes, aware that I have the knowledge of manifestation principles, spirituality, again I would look within. Again, first of all, I would begin by asking myself the questions: what is it that's happening around me that's making me feel this way? Why is it making me feel this way? What are the fears that are being created because of this situation? I would explore that. I would explore all the feelings that I'm feeling, and I would gracefully accept them as an observer, as an outsider, as a third person. I would completely give myself some grace for feeling that way. I would completely accept myself with those feelings. I would not reject. I would not say that you're not supposed to feel this way, or even this is what you're going to feel for some time. No. In the moment, with those feelings, I would accept myself with an underlying belief that there's a change that's coming, a good change that's coming, a good change that I will be creating next after acknowledging my feelings. There would be a subtle knowing of this truth while I'll be looking at my own current feelings and my fears and my own situation. I would break it down as much as I can, as much as I want to understand my fears basically. I don't have to go through all of it again to understand all of my fears. I can look at it from a broad perspective in a generalized way, and I can find out what my fears are, and I can switch that later on. But I will just notice what the current situation is, and I will just give myself an understanding and then acceptance. Because right now it would be a mess in my mind. I would not have stopped to figure out how I'm feeling and what is happening. I would just be reacting to it. Now this happened, so I'm feeling this anger. Now this happened, so I'm feeling low. Now this happened, so I'm feeling this and that. No. Now I will quietly sit with myself and talk to myself, write about it, whatever way. I can also record it in my phone, like as if I'm talking to a friend and telling whatever is happening in my life, like that. And then slowly let it out. Because in order to bring in the love, bring in more love, I need to let go of that fear, of whatever the pain that I'm carrying, that needs to be let out so that something new can come in. So I will create that space for myself. But I won't take long to do that. Maybe a day, maybe a week, but not more than that. I would not live with that pain for too long by repeating it to myself, because that would not be a solution or coming up with a solution. That would be just repeating the pain to myself, which would be even more painful. I personally feel, if I were in her shoes, I wouldn't do that to myself, because I've done that, and I know that I only had to stop myself to do that, because there was no solution that I was reaching to when I would do that. If it was only when I stopped doing that that I could think of a solution. So I would give grace. I would give grace to my feelings, but then I would know that there needs to be a stop to this, a full stop to this, because there's something new that's coming up next. I would have that faith. I would create that faith for myself. I would create that for myself. I would believe in that, because I would love that. Because I like to feel that I am powerful. Even if I'm not feeling that way, I would like to believe in myself. I would like to feel that I am in full control. I would like to believe that I am good at handling these situations. So I would do that. So acknowledging my own feelings and then replacing it again, switching the old beliefs with the new ones, all of that. So I do that with myself. With the use of that knowledge, the laws of the universe, the truth that even I cannot deny. That would actually help me create those beliefs, the new beliefs that would help me create space and replace that fear with faith for myself, to replace my own mental health problem with a beautiful mental health state. I would not be late for anything, but I would definitely have a desire to switch things entirely. Coming to the end of this is what I would do if I were in her shoes. Not easy, but doable, and with some help, definitely, but actually very actionable as well. If any one of you is going through this, then maybe this was helpful. I hope it was. Maybe you understood what I was trying to say. Maybe I was clear enough. I'll continue this Reddit series. I want to know what people feel, what you feel, and what buts and ifs and what ifs you have. And I would like to come up with those solutions as well, because that's when it will get even interesting. Because when you will know that there is an answer for your buts and ifs, then this will be more exciting for you as well. So comment down below freely and respectfully, and I will see you in the next part of the series. Thank you for listening. Bye.